Hi, it's me, Kristen, and you're watching Kristincooks. And I have a couple more dinners to share with you that I made for my family over the week. So, none of them are too complicated. All of them are easy, and they taste great. They're in our rotation weekly, and let's get going. So, first of all, garlic shrimp. So I have 2 pounds of deveined shell-off shrimp that I'm just seasoning with salt and pepper. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of cayenne pepper. And then I put in paprika. And then a little bit of garlic powder. No, I put ginger in it because I also have minced garlic and ginger cooking with the shrimp. So I just wanted to marry the flavors a little more. And I also put a little bit of oregano on there. That's the green powdery stuff in there too. And then I just toss it all around to get that spice coating all of the shrimp. And then I'm going to throw in some cornstarch, just enough to coat all the shrimp. I didn't really measure it, but you can use flour instead if you don't want to do cornstarch. Cornstarch just gives it an extra crispiness to it that I really enjoy, so I prefer to use that instead of flour. So I have a hot pan here, and I have a couple tablespoons of neutral oil, canola oil, and then I'm throwing in about 5 or 6 cloves, large cloves of garlic, plus a tablespoon or so of minced ginger. And I'm just going to let this get nice and hot, and then when it starts to get fragrant, then I put the shrimp in. And then I'm just going to let these saute at a moderately high heat. I have medium-high heat, and I'm just going to let these get nice and crisp. I'm not going to touch them. I'm just going to let them cook on one side so they can get nice and crispy. It just wasn't sizzling enough here, so I just had to add a little bit more oil. Now we have a nice sear happening here. And then I'm putting in about 2 tablespoons-ish, maybe more, of butter. I will link this in the description box for you. It's actually called Hawaiian garlic shrimp, but I'm not really doing anything to make it Hawaiian. I'm just making shrimp, garlic shrimp, really. But anyway, so here's the rest of the shrimp. I had to do it in batches because it was a little bit too much to do all at once. And now I'm adding in some lemon juice to the hot pan just to add some acidity and brightness. And in the other pan there, I have some little mini pot sticker thingies and some rice and some quinoa. And this is dinner pretty much all done. It's really quick, pretty easy. It just takes longer, a little time for the for the rice and the vegetable to cook. But this is a great dinner. So for tonight, I'm just doing really quick, easy fish tacos for dinner with a side of coleslaw. So let's get going. So while my air fryer is preheating, it's right next to me here. So I'm going to just throw together a quick little coleslaw to go on the side. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just I had this in the fridge. I'm just going to use this just for a quick little side. I think I'm probably the only one that's going to eat it, but it's okay. I meant to do my dressing first, so let me take this out of the bowl real quick. That I forgot. That's how you know what? I'll just build it in here. Okay, let's just make it simple, Kristen. Okay, so I have a little bit of mayo here, so I'm just gonna a little mayo, a little sour cream. I have light sour cream here. Not that it matters. I have full fat mayo, so what's the difference? But it's okay. Let's see. A little apple cider vinegar. Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more for the tang of it. Anyway, I'm going to do just a little bit of sugar here. It kind of offsets the tartness of the vinegar. Little celery salts. No, seed. This is celery salts. I know it's backwards. I'm using the front camera or the back camera, whatever that is. I don't know. And then I'm going to grab a little pepper. See, just going to add a little bit, and then I'm going to mix it up here. I'm going to grab a little bit of dill and a little bit of garlic powder. I really like dill. I know I've said it a lot. But I do. I just do. It's good stuff. A little garlic powder. And then I just quickly mix this up. I'm sure I need some regular salt. Just do a quick little whoop in there. Okay. Yep, I think that's about there. Actually, I think I'm going to put just a little tiny bit more of the apple cider vinegar with the mother. Okay, very good for you. Actually, it is. It's really good. It's really good for you. So I'm just going to pour this over this coleslaw mix. Mix this up a little bit. And that's about what it should look like. I'm going to add a little celery seed here. Just put... These add just... I don't know how to describe it, but I notice it when it's not there, and it just adds an extra, like, tang, sort of. I mean, it's just really hard to describe a celery seed here. And the back of the packaging doesn't give me much help, but anyway, pick it up, and when you're at the store, I like to sprinkle it on top of the top crust for my chicken pot pie. I just really like it. So this is done for now. I'm going to just clean my mess up, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have here about a pound of rockfish, just under a pound. This is the fish we usually like to eat in the warmer months. Just going to unwrap this here. Okay. Let me grab some tongs here. I don't want to touch some raw fish right now. Woo, this needs to be, yeah. Okay. So I have some neutral oil here. I'm just going to, let me get a brush. I'm going to evenly brush this over the fish so that my seasonings will stick to it. So I'm just going to put a bunch on that I like. I'm doing fish tacos, so I'm just going to put on what I usually would put on for taco, on my taco meat usually. So I'm cumin, garlic powder, some just regular taco seasoning. I think would work fine too. A little paprika. It's just regular paprika. And then garlic salt. Ooh, a little bit of that. And then this is what is going to give it really good flavor. Some Tajin. Chili lime flavor. And then I'm going to squeeze on some lime juice. This lime isn't very juicy. It's really not. But it's okay. We'll go with it. So I'll take my little brush here and just evenly brush the seasoning over all of the fish on the one side. Then I'm going to flip this over. Do the same thing on the other side. So neutral oil. Spread it with the brush. Just to make sure it's on there nice and even. And then I'm just going to go back in with the same spices and seasoning. So paprika, garlic salt. Ooh, a little bit. Not too much, Kristen. Okay, cumin. Ground cumin, those are done. Some taco seasoning. Garlic powder. And I'll do a little pepper. I didn't do pepper on the other side, but we do have this chili lime seasoning, and there's some spice in there. Oh, and I'll just do some regular salt. Make sure this is spread evenly over the top, or the fish, you know. And we're about ready to throw it in the air fryer. I'll do it, I'm heating it up to 400 here, and I'll cook it about 6 minutes on one side and then maybe 5 minutes on the other, depending on if it really flakes. You want it to flake apart really easy with a fork when it's done. And the fish will turn an opaque white color. So, let's get the rest of this lime juice on there. Move this over. Make myself a little bit of room here. I'm gonna open the drawer. Yes, I'm sure it's hot enough. I'm just going to spray with a little bit of canola oil. I have plenty of oil on the fish, I know, but I want to make sure that we don't have any sticking going on here. So I'll just place it in the basket here, just like that. And then let's tip you over a little bit there so you can see. And then I'm going to put this back in, see now, my air fryer. I'm going to turn it off real quick so I can reset the time. That's just how I do it. And then I'm going to go 6 minutes. No, I'm going to do 7 minutes, okay? Start, and then I'll be back when it's done. So that's at the end of 6 minutes. I have my little fish turner here. So I'm just going to flip it over to the other side. And it's probably about to, let me show you here. There we go. Probably about to start to flake apart very soon here. So I'll just put it in for like 5 more minutes. And I think it will be done. All right, so it's done. Let's see, yep. Looks like we have success here. It's flaking apart just the way we like it. See, yep, that's when you know it's done, when you can barely take it out of the basket and it stays together. Like, that doesn't happen very often. There we go, all done. Our protein is ready for dinner. And then I have these low calorie, low carb street tacos. I had them in the oven, keeping warm. So let me grab a plate. Okay, just kind of move those to the side. Gonna have 2. So I'll just flake this up a little bit. So that, and I grab my coleslaw over here. And then just put a little bit on the bottom of each tortilla. looks like that so far. And I'll just put some on the bottom. Hi, I'm Kristen. Welcome back to Kristincooks. So tonight we are going to have Lollipop Chicken or chicken lollipops. I don't know how it's called, or But anyway, so we brine the chicken drumsticks overnight. Water, salt, sugar, vinegar, chili flakes, and so this is what your chicken drumstick will look like, right? But we want to cut all this grossness off right here and take all the tendons. There's lots of tendons in here, and those are chewy and gross, and we want to get rid of those. So you just get a pair of sharp scissors or a knife, whatever you want to use, and just kind of go below where the bulk of the meat is, and just kind of get in there with your scissors and see, look, I'm cutting tendons already. And then you just kind of, they also call this like to Frenching, like the chicken drumstick. And then you just go along and see, we're cutting, those are the tendons you want to get rid of and all this extra fat and grossness. And then you just kind of, it's definitely more of a step, doing your chicken, but it's worth it, and it's more work. And see, you want to get rid of that because you don't want to eat that. Okay, it's gross. It's just not good. So you just take something sharp and remove that, cut it, and then you just kind of, this is the little joint right here. You can see it, but you just kind of use your thumb and just kind of work it in there and just kind of pull it off. Like that. And then, see, just kind of trim away all this stuff that's not very pleasant to eat. These tendons and all that good and all that stuff. This. We just kind of want a clean bone here. The end result. This does take a little bit of time, but it definitely is worth it. We had this the other night, except I, deep fried them, and they just turned out so much better. They're easier to eat. You're not having to chew through all this extra grossness or, pick it out of your teeth, and it's just so much better this way. But if I could get this last little bit, pause. So after you're done, you'll end up with your chicken looking like this. I mean, it's still kind of messy, but I mean, you get the point. But anyway, yeah, we're going to smoke these, and then we're going to finish them on the barbecue and have a little elote corn casserole to go with it. And yeah, I'll just kind of show you as I go, but this is what I'm going for. Okay. All right, excuse me. And then to go with the chicken drumsticks, I have 2 bags of frozen corn here. They were just like 14 ounces, I think. And then I'm putting in a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. All right. This is Mexican street corn or elote casserole, but it's really, really good. And then I'm going to season it with some garlic powder. This is my first time making this. I just haven't made it before. I don't know. I've seen it before and I've thought, hey, I should make it, but then I didn't. And so anyway, I thought this would be a good little something to go with some barbecued chicken wings, chicken drumsticks, not wings. So we have some garlic powder, some Tajin, some chili powder, and a lime, some lime juice. And I'm going to do a little salt and pepper. Coming up right here. And then that little block of cheese right there on the cutting board is Queso Fresco. And I'm just going to use half of the block here inside of the casserole, and then I'll crumble almost the rest of it on top when it goes in the oven. But anyway, Queso Fresco is just a really, really mild cheese. It doesn't really melt all that much, but it's a really pleasant little cheese that's great to put on top of tacos or of corn or on top of your nice hot enchiladas. Like, it just adds a little bit of a creamy, not really a tang, but it's just a really pleasant cheese. I recommend trying it if you are looking for another little topping for your tacos or, Mexican dishes. That would be great. But it doesn't last very long in the fridge. It goes bad kind of quickly. But anyway, I'm just putting this Queso Fresco in the casserole mix, and I'm just mixing it up all together. And then I'm going to put it into a baking dish, and I'm going to bake it at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes. And yeah, just until it's nice and hot and everything. I could lie and say this is cilantro. It's not. It's Italian parsley. I just wanted to get a little bit of fresh green color in here just because it's just kind of all yellow. And I just kind of wanted to make it look, a little bit brighter and fresher. So that's why I did that. But you can use cilantro if you want. I just don't really like it myself. It's just not a flavor I really enjoy. So this is about a 2-quart baking dish here, and I'm just spraying it with nonstick spray. You don't have to, but I just want to. So I'm just gonna dump the corn mixture into the baking dish, and then I'm going to take the rest of that Queso Fresco and just crumble some more on top. And I could have put a little bit, I kind of wish I put a little bit more of a sprinkle of the chili powder or paprika on top just for a little extra color to the top of the dish. Or maybe a little bit more of the parsley would have been nice. But anyway, so then, yeah, I'll just cover it. I baked it covered in the oven, 30 to 40 minutes. And it turned out really, really well. I recommend the Tajin. Really helps with adding to the flavors of this dish. And it was really good. I will type it out. I don't have a link, but I will type it out for you in the description if you'd like to make it. And then moving on now to the grill. My husband had these on the smoker for about 30 or 40 minutes. Just to get a little, little smoke in there. And then we have it on the barbecue here. And he's putting on some barbecue sauce after letting them cook for a little bit. And I'll put in the description also like how long it would take to barbecue some chicken drumsticks on the grill. He did it. I didn't really pay attention to how long on each side, but, you just have to Google it and have a meat thermometer. That's key. Make sure that you have it to 165. That's the safe zone for chicken and poultry and meats and all that stuff. So, yeah, he just put it on the barbecue sauce on one side. Let them go for a little bit, turn them over, put some barbecue sauce on the other side, and there we go. Dinner is done. This was one of the rare few days that we had where we could barbecue. We had a little stretch of nice weather, and so we just had to barbecue something. So we just kind of decided on doing the drumsticks here. So here's the corn casserole and the drumsticks. It all turned out really, really awesome. So thank you for watching. I really hope that you subscribe and come back to my channel for more videos. Okay? Bye.